Welcome back, everybody, to the MAAC Championships presented by EGF and the Showboat Hotel. As we get into this, you have to be aware that Quinnipiac is the number one seeded team to come into this. But yesterday we saw a god bleed against Ryder. Manhattan was able to get an upset to send themselves into this quarterfinals, into these semifinals. Can they make it farther than this? That remains to be seen here and now as Manhattan takes on Quinnipiac.
Their biggest challenge yet this season. Manhattan, again, the kind of underdogs entering today, but we saw how much momentum they're going to carry into this set. Quinnipiac, it wasn't the cleanest victory against Niagara. They dropped a set to that 8th overall seed. So we'll see what they can do here. Can they battle back or bounce back? I mean, these are really the two teams that you have to watch out for. Quinnipiac has been a menace, undefeated in conference play, our number 1 overall seed, and they are trying to get back to the grand finals. They were in it last season when they lost to Siena. They know that is in the back of their minds as Siena. We just saw them qualify for that grand finals, and one of these two teams will be moving on. Players have been locked in for Manhattan. It is Raizo Luca. And we saw him yesterday also open up the day for the Jaspers. Curious to see which character he'll opt for here. For Quinnipiac, Billy Shilly is their first member of this team. Billy Shilly, a key member. He has often been held as that anchor type of role. One of the 4th or 5th guys to go in critical moments. Here he's the blind pick going up against Raizo Luca for game number 1 between Quinnipiac and Manhattan.
Battle of the top tiers coming out here as they're both going to have a tremendous ground game. The disjoint's on Mithra's side, and that landing there is a thorn in anyone's side. However, Squirtle definitely does have the poking tools. I'm looking to see a lot of forward tilts coming out here, but instead, no, right over to the Pyra immediately. And look at this. Raizo Luca is switching this up, trying to keep the pace even as the Ivysaur is out as well.
Ivysaur very good at controlling the pace of matchups here. He's going to get some early percent here. Raizo Luca, early up B, should get punished here by the Nair. Won't connect into the up B. The side B doesn't connect though. All those multi-hits, couldn't find one. And a good fade back there will get him safely back to the ledge and back to stage. So Raizo Luca able to survive through that tricky situation here. Can he find a way to edge guard on Billy Shilly though? Seemingly for now, the answer is no. It's been quickly reversed onto him. And Pyra, a little bit more dangerous to try and recover with, but he does make it back to stage. Now switch back to Mithra as he gets thrown off. And Billy Shilly just continually working away at this stock. He's not quite finding a way to land those heavy hits quite yet, but the number of times he is stuffing out these attempts to get back to stage, he is chipping away 1,000 times at this percentage.
Look at this, just cleaving through them right now. Though, the Blazing End does get you a neutral win. You're able to get a ledge trapping situation set up that Billy Shilly is having struggle dealing with. And, ooh, you just ride that platform all the way back into center stage. Good awareness on the stage right there. It might not be enough, though. If you get caught by that back air, center stage does keep you alive, and that Flare Blitz does finish off the stock at long last.
We usually wait to see something like that from Billy Shilly. He holds that in his back pocket, but here he burns it early. It is quickly evened back up, though, by Raizo Luca, but now the combo's starting to work its way on. Up air, the juggle, can't quite catch Raizo Luca again, so Raizo Luca will have to see what he can get done here. Gets the rapid jab just to get some percent on the board. But Billy Shilly is the one right now who feels like he's in control of this matchup. He's got Raizo Luca up to 74%. The early switch here to Charizard. Only at 60 to his name, but Raizo Luca, you're seeing him battling back here, finding a way to almost even up the percentages here. And now with Mithra online, Charizard's a heavy body. This is a dangerous game to play. Fast versus heavy hitter. And now he'll switch back to the Pyra to get Charizard off stage.
Ooh, pulling out that jump right there. You're going to get the stock. This is not undoable right now. One good read of the ledge. I mean, Squirtle's so light that with Pyra out, this is a good call. One good read. However, going over to the Mithra, I feel like is a good idea. Get more openings just like that. Now you get the ledge trapping on, but you beat out that Nair with the shell.
Big side B there, but that is a good up B back to stage. And, ooh, that up B nearly finding a way to take the stock, but it does not do so. As you take a look at the side of Manhattan, they know they're in a little bit of a deficit here, but it is still very doable. We know the raw kill power in this kit, especially with Pyra online. That throw will not get, not be able to take the stock quite yet. Billy Shilly, good job of surviving at these high percents. The up B catches him. Mithra's got the better recovery. He'll snap the ledge there just in time to get around that forward smash. But the Nair putting in a lot of work here. Has to get down to stage again. And Rizzo Luca's been kept in the air for so long this game. But he finds the forward tilt to knock Billy Shilly off stage. The quick tether cancel into the Nair. And the early up B, that will do it. Billy Shilly with a 2-stock in game number 1.
Yeah, and schmixed right there as you go in and you get that one opening. That's all you need to get lead all the way across the stage, literally carrying them into the other side onto that platform where you're going to kill them. And Town and City, such small blast zones that you go, oh, yeah, pop off right there as you get that team hype going. I mean, you can tell Quinnipiac, they are ready to get this win, move on. But Manhattan, they are not willing to make it easy for them.
Not at all. I mean, we talked about it. Manhattan they are riding the momentum from yesterday's victory over Iona, who was kind of the dark horse of the EGF. We were wondering how they were going to do, how they would stack up, and Manhattan delivered in that overtime set. Rizzo Luca, he was in the first set of that match. He had the tough matchup of Moat in that very first set, and he got 3-stocked in game 1. But ever since then, he's been able to battle back. Now, he is at a deficit here, a 2-stock loss in game number 1. But you saw moments where it was very close. The survivability, really, I feel like the difference maker was the fact that he just couldn't make it back to stage. Billy Shilly's ledge trapping game, the ability to keep Pyra and Mithra up in the air was so vital to Billy Shilly's success in game number 1.
Additionally, Billy Shilly, they turn these reversals into 40% minimum every single time they get it. That was a reversal right there. Now look at this. It might just be a kill. As you see that coming in, that side B does not snap to ledge, and Billy Shilly knows it just as well.
What a clean punish, like you said. That down air, it is so massive, and it doesn't quite snap to the ledge. He's able to take advantage of it from that upper platform, and the reversal there, you thought the side B might connect, but now it's Billy Shilly pressing once again. The flood not going to knock Mithra off stage, but a dangerous prospect there for Rizzo Luca. He's got to be very careful with those side Bs. Run up neutral B, going to get some work done here against Squirtle. Very light, but he'll stall out just as long as he can along this ledge. Oh my goodness, I thought that forward smash was going to land, but Billy Shilly spaced around it, and he's getting so much extra credit off the back of it. There's the parry, but won't get anything off of that switch to Mithra. And now the early side B to get back to stage again. Billy Shilly not afraid to pull the trigger on these early special attacks to try and take the stock. Nair going to send him off stage again. And right now, Rizzo Luca struggling to get some foothold in this second game, looking for a way to try to take the stock, switch back to Mithra to get up to that platform, but just continually these nairs catching the jumps from Rizzo Luca time and time again. And Rizzo Luca, he's up to 144. Mithra's a light character, and now the switch to Charizard. Any strong hitbox should do it. There was the forward air, but it's gonna get countered there for only a moment, and there's the grab. Off the top he goes. It's 3-1 Billy Shilly.
And now sticking onto this Charizard so you can survive at least one more Pyra hit. Look at these nairs pressuring them, but Charizard's got some nairs of their own. Just as Pyra, just as flaming, just as good at pressuring you into this corner. But now you've got to deal with Mithra. You've got to contend with being overwhelmed, drowned out by the constant barrage of hitboxes.
Good grab here. Back throw, not going to do it quite yet though. He pulled the trigger, and I don't see why not on a side B like that. He's at a very high percent. If it lands, it's going to do a lot of damage. If not, he'll get away. He's at 183 on this Charizard right now. Pyra's got so many strong hitboxes, but Rizzo Luca just can't find one right now. On the ledge, side B, 206 on Billy Shilly right now, and 76, but there's the hit that takes away the stock. So now a stock off the board, but still looking at staring on the barrel of a two-stock really is Raizo. Luca wanted the down air, won't be able to find it. Can this Mithra or Pyra get anything done here? Good forward smash, maybe wanting an edge guard, but we won't be able to find much.
Now it comes out. You're going to be forced to side B. Oh, no. Yeah, there was no way to make it back there. So, Raizo Luca sent off the side. Billy Shilly getting a dominant start for Quinnipiac University.
A big win for the Bobcats. Put two stocks on the board. That's 6 points quickly swinging in Quinnipiac's favor through that first set. And this was a really the big test for Manhattan, right? Manhattan, they had beaten all of the teams with a worse record than them in the regular season, but when it came to these matchups against the higher-ups, that's where they struggled. The last time these two teams met, it was week 1. A very long time ago, but it was still relatively close. The final score of that game was 11-18, and Billy Shilly was the one who iced that game for the Bobcats the last time they met in that 5th set. He took a 2-game victory over Sam Sam. Now the question is, Manhattan's got that counter pick ability. Who do they send in? And remember, if the scoreline gets out of hand, becomes unreachable, the match is done, over, dusted, and that will be it for one of these two teams. So Manhattan looks like they'll be sending in Sandsman, I believe that is, and he will be going up against Grit. This is a huge matchup. Grit is another impact player for the side of Quinnipiac, new to the roster and undefeated through the regular season on a character we don't really see, the Bowser Jr. Curious to see what he brings to the table here in set number 2.
And we saw some amazing setups the other day. The amount of times they sort of alley-ooped people into their up B confirms. I mean, it's like a 3-way combo. It looks like there are walls on the stage, but Steve's nowhere to be found. Instead, it's the Mecha Koopa exploding and the card exploding all the way up into the one hit off the top blast zone. That is what we've been seeing. But we've seen similar setups from Sandsman as well on this hero. We'll see if they'll be able to hit it here against this tough opponent, because it feels like Quinnipiac, they're just looking to smother these players out.
Sandsman, the last time these two teams met, he got the win against Dingo in the 3rd set against Quinnipiac, and he has been one of the heavy hitters for this Manhattan Jaspers roster. As you said, this hero, very good so far this season for Manhattan. And you're talking about those up B setups. How about the up B setup that Sandsman pulled off in that Iona set? That was a crazy good kill with that up tilt. And that's what we're kind of looking for here as this game goes on. I'm curious to see the dynamic that these two teams play, or these two players play. I think we've seen kind of an adaptive play style for both of these players in the past, where Grit, he can play that kind of up in your face type of game, but also is very trap heavy with those projectiles that he likes to use, the Mecha Koopa, the Cannonball even. And on the flip side of that, it's ever present how much meter or how much magic this hero has in his kit. We saw just yesterday, Sandsman was not afraid to burn through that meter. So game number 1 of set number 2 is underway here. It's Town and City, the site, and here we go.
See me online and 4 Wi-Fi going at it right now. They're both longing for better times, but no, sadly you have to play it out in this land, and you've got to be careful, because as well as you can react on here, you've got to be aware that you don't have a lot of time for fish for spells. You've got to be constant with making sure you you have your get off me tools on the ready. Otherwise, Grit is just going to demolish them in the close-up game.
So far, things off to a little bit of a slower pace, but oh my, the damage that this hero can output. Grit is already in danger. 102 here, and not even a minute gone by, but this is a good back throw, and with Bounce Online, all those setups become a lot more difficult for Bowser Jr. He's going to have to approach, but he ends up hitting a shield here. That's a good back throw by Sandsman, but won't be able to land that back air. His spacing's been good, but look at the follow-ups here from Grit now. Low recovery from Sandsman. I like the idea of the side B. The down smash doesn't connect. The roll gets around it. Mecha Koopa lands, stuffing out that attempt. But these side Bs, Sandsman making very good use of them, especially in these kind of mid-range distances.
And I love what they're doing. They're using the down B and then immediately shield canceling it. But going for a long arcing recovery like that is going to get that lingering attack coming out. That forward smash drilling away the stock. Now the Accelerado gives you the turn to be the rush down. And you can see they're doing just that, finding the kill with that side B.
The heal to get it back to 0 apiece here on the second stock. So clean from both of these players, capitalizing off of the little mistakes. Especially, I like that edge guard from Grit to take that first stock, realizing that Sandsman was really out of options. Ooh, pulled the trigger early on that neutral B, but it does not land. Now Grit continuing to pressure here. And I think Grit, typically likes to play a little bit more passive, tries to, get a few more of those Mecha Koopa setups, but he doesn't want to give Sandsman the time to use that menu to cycle through those spells that are oh so powerful. And because of that, he's forced to play this a bit more boxer-style game.
Yeah, but it really does feel like Sandsman is getting the better edges at times. Oh, slashing through them right there, and they go all the way down. But is that an overreach? Is the Accelerado enough? No, you don't get that momentum boost when you up B. Because of that, you're going to be down in stock for that one overcommitment, that one chance to try and get back.
What a huge turnaround it was. Grit, the reversal gives him the lead. That forward air won't take the stock quite yet. He'll heal up to try and get this stock back to just about 0. And the up tilt comes out fast enough and catches Grit. So last stock scenario here between these two once again. Down tilt, trading there. And these side Bs, again, just poking away at Grit. Time and time again, Grit has to be respectful of the damage and the range that move has.
Spacing with these forward airs. Bowser Jr. some good out of shield options, but can't really find the right way to get a starter off of them. Just sort of a get-off-me tool. This shield almost just got obliterated right there, Soy. The fireball, not going to do it quite yet. Accelerado, you're chasing all the way up, but can you find the one hit? Can you find that kill? Super arming through that fireball. Where's the hit going to be? Who's going to get the starter first? As you can see, these back airs flying across the stage, but they're so elusive.
So much range, or so much rage on Grit as well, too. You saw that up B swing. If that connected, could have been deadly. But Grit surviving 170. Not a lot of spells in the tank, but it doesn't matter. When the up tilt comes out too quickly, he'll be able to take the first game in this second set.
Sandsman giving Manhattan a foothold to turn into a handhold to climb up into this set where you might be able to get more points on the board. You got a lot to make up right now, but you're getting a little bit closer to making sure it doesn't get into that unwinnable range, that clutch range. We saw them win out yesterday against the side of Iona.
And now, for me, the question is, how does Grit respond? Again, Grit undefeated through the regular season in play. This is the first time that he's really lost the first game, and in pretty, well, I don't want to say dominant fashion, but it felt like he was trying to battle back for the majority of that set. Sandsman had decent control, especially in the second half of that matchup. So how does he battle back here? How does he respond? Battlefield, the site of game number 2. That's what I'm looking for here is the key in this game. A little bit of a hero skin switch up. We'll see if that gives Sandsman a boost.
Yeah, and the other thing that may give him a boost right here is the fact that you do get more versatility, more movement options. But I'm not sure if that movement is worth the cost of the fact that, oh my gosh, Grit is going to get so many more extensions here. However, I do love the idea of that they keep going for with this up B out of shield. We've seen it before. If you up B at the right spot, you can actually be in position to up tilt them right afterward. But the 2-frame with the forward smash, that is the first stock on the board for Grit at such a low percent too.
Such a clean edge guard. We saw that up smash seal away a stock in game number 1. It rears its ugly head for Manhattan once again to take the first stock in this game. But now we'll see. Good forward throw off of the Accelerado, but now you see how long he can stall off stage for, but it just doesn't matter. All those buffs come online. The up tilt will seal it away. That up tilt has done so much for Sandsman today.
Yeah, it is. And at this point, look at that. The pressure on the shield just like that. Get the fireball as the opener, the get-off-me tool. One heck of a get-off-me tool it is. Let's get off of me, or I'm evicting you from this side of the stage.
Gets the back throw. Kaboom won't land. Neutral B will. And you're seeing, again, Sandsman not afraid to play around with these low MP meters. Trying to manage it as best he can. Ooh, good forward air on that platform. Opts not to use one of the projectiles. He'll take bounce instead. And that means it's going to force Grit to play that close-up game. He almost tracked down the Zoom there with that up B. He'll get the up smash instead. And Grit is in the lead.
Now with this lead, this is going to be good for you. Landing with that forward air right there. One good opening and Bowser Jr. can get 60. And then even if you go to your last stock, you're still going to be stacking up a ton of damage. And then doesn't going to let that happen. Look at the way they're building up momentum, building up power, stockpiling these powerful spells. Oh, they just go for the whack right off the bat. Why not? If it works, it works.
That run-up tilt was so clean, and yeah, why not go for something like that? Minimal risk in that scenario, but percent a little bit right now in Grit's favor. Playing around with that menu so well is Sandsma Man. He'll opt to use the side B. Has the fully charged, he used it, but it does not find the marker here. Only 30 MP online. He's got to be careful here. Doesn't find Zoom, but he'll be able to make it back to stage. He'll get around the forward smash, but not the up smash. He's at 88 on his last stock here. Grit can't pick up the Mecha Koopa. Doesn't have enough time here. Side B won't land either from Sansa Man. How does he break through neutral once more? Wanted the side B, but gets beat out by the forward air. Zoom again gets him back, and great spacing. I'm not sure if you can intentionally aim that, but how did he snap right back to that ledge? Gets up to the ledge now. The side B gets him away from the corner, but Sansaman here, he's working on borrowed time. 127. Any strong hit, really, from Grit should do it. But speaking of strong hits, this is a big buff coming through from that menu. Shield pressure as well. There's the side B. Won't take the stock quite yet. Threatening the menu. The Mecha Koopa lands out of a jump, but Zoom once again. That's 3 for 3 to get him out of dodge, but the up smash will connect, and we're headed to game 3.
It wasn't enough. How many times were they able to bail themselves out like that with the Zoom, and they had the psych up online too. Everything was lining up except for the percent. That was hard earned right there from Grit. Gritting their teeth and fighting their way through all of that, no matter what, not letting them get back to stage, covering it even when you don't know where that RNG Zoom is going to land. They're still taking their best guess, finding the way to catch out Sansaman, and they're sending us to that game 3 like you said.
Game 3 between these two, and you have to wonder where we will go. Seeing the bans on this list, Town and City, Lilat, and Kalos all taken away. Looks like PS2 will be the site. Not expecting any character changes between these two. No, sir. Not the way these two have been playing. What are you looking for here in game number 3? What do you think is going to be the difference maker between these two?
I think the difference maker is really Sansaman playing like they do at the opener of every stock for the entire game. It feels like Sansaman completely controls the pace, and then all of a sudden it is Quinnipiac's Grit getting the upper hand. But if you're able to just maintain this cool, calm, collected persona you have for this part, maybe you can get a little more. This super armor is disrupting their gameplay, making them a little flustered.
You're seeing numerous times Sandsman Man use some sort of projectile, be it the neutral B or the side B, just to try and stuff out those attempts. But like you said, the armor of that cart breaking through the neutral game here of Sandsman Man. How does he get back to stage? Good up B, and he gets around that forward smash just in time. We've seen that take stocks before, and we'll see it take it again. 3 for 3 on taking those first stocks in each of these 3 games.
And these little setups right now, and look at this, it feels like Grit has really gotten in. I talked about how the fact that they're able to set up, make sure Sandsman Man doesn't get nearly as many resources from their spells as they want to. This rush down is obliterating the playstyle that Sandsman Man loves to do, and they're forced to rely on raw neutral openings. This is never how you want to play against a combo-centric character.
Gotta play carefully here. Remember, so many points could come online in a set like this. Sandsman Man has to play so careful. Gets the grab, the forward throw. Bang will not clash with the cannonball, and so Grit will make it safely back to stage. The cart as well, assisting him in gaining stage control. Won't find a grab. Mecha Koopa will land, follow through on the up B. Doesn't take the stock quite yet, but the damage has been done. Dipping low, he'll be able to get back to stage. That forward smash so threatening. Rapid jab also going to come online very soon. Mecha Koopa lands, and Sansman's at 130 right now, trying to find a way to get this stock, trying to buy some time here. Back air, not going to do it. Shielding that side B, so much shield pressure. Kaboom won't land, but the forward tilt will catch him.
And all of that for one stock. Now you get caught by the Mecha Koopa, and your stock is obliterated just like that. That's all you need. One mistake like that, and you have to go through all of that pressure just to get one. That's how hard Sandman is working right now against these setups that Grit is just bombarding them with. It feels like frame trap. Sandman, they're getting fewer and fewer openings. They're using the win game one.
Up tilt. Not going to get too much off of it. He's got to find a way to get this back to even. Got to give himself a chance on this last stock. Forward air to get him off stage. Bounce also going to be a little bit of a problem here. But the up B, so smart to get him off the ledge, saying respect my get up option. And that was a huge way to get back to stage, buying himself a second chance here. 129 on Grit though. Forward smash not going to land. Up B. He'll just drift back to the ledge. Won't find the forward tilt. And now off stage, it clips the first one, but he'll be able to get back, but only for a moment. The back air lands. Mecha Koopa off stage. And the follow through is too clean. A 2-stock from Grit. And he takes game 3.
The points just keep building for Quinnipiac. They're looking so powerful right now, as strong as Manhattan can be. The adaptation is there every single time. Every day of the week, Quinnipiac, they're the ones who keep showing up in these victory screens. In Manhattan, they're going to need a miracle if they want to bring this back.
11-1 right now is your scoreline, thanks to that 2-stock. And what a play from Grit. You had to wonder how he would respond from dropping game number 1, and the answer was, yeah, he knew how to respond. Absolutely. What a play from him to just take control of that setback. It felt like Sandman had a lot of momentum going for him, and Grit, time and time again, found the right answer. And I feel like another huge difference maker was Sandman in disadvantage. Grit did such a good job of closing out stocks the second Sandman was off stage.
Yeah, it was honestly great. And you can see Manhattan Esports, they're huddling. They need to find the answer, but there's no answer that can make up for what's happening right now. You need to find something deep inside. Like, there is a drive. You remember seeing Relax on their last stock, their tournament stock? The things they were hitting out of nowhere, they evolved into a new animal. That is exactly what you need to find right now if you want to stay in this. And you can see Manhattan, they're struggling. They're trying to get this together. Where to go from here? I like the resolve. I like the patience as they try and figure this out.
If I'm Manhattan here, I gotta believe Cross is coming to the stage. He was Mr. Clutch yesterday for the side of the Jaspers, and it looks like that is the case as he approaches the stage. He'll be going up against Mr. Purple for the side of Quinnipiac. Now, Mr. Purple is this prolific Nest player we've seen for the side of Quinnipiac. Time and time again, he's been the captain, kind of the anchor of this team. He's often one of the first players to go in the lineup, but he has had such a successful season, 9-3, and had a solid victory over Boshi Koopa yesterday in their match against Niagara. But Cross, as we said, he is one of the heavy hitters, the designated hitter-ish of this Manhattan roster. He was the guy who not only got the win over Rat King in set number 5 to send the match to overtime, but then got the win against Moat in that overtime match to get them here. If there's anyone who can get some points on the board for Manhattan, you gotta believe it's Cross.
Meanwhile, if there's anyone who can stop them, it might just be the captain, Mr. Purple, coming out here. We did see Mr. Purple bleed yesterday against Boshi Koopa. They were looking a little rough, and then they brought it back, and they brought it back in a big way, showing that they just needed a little bit of a wake-up call, a slap in the face. Well, more than a slap, more than a mighty monkey clap, but it doesn't matter. They were still awakened, and their punish game afterwards, whoo, man, they are getting so much damage after every little interaction.
A huge set. Remember, this is the semifinals. The winner of this is on to Grands, and We don't always play out all 5 sets. If it is mathematically impossible for Manhattan to come back in this set, it will be done over and dusted. We'll have to see if it gets to that point. If you're curious, that point marker is 6 points, or actually I believe it is 7 points overall. So if Mr. Purple has a dominating victory here over Cross, this set could be over. But the way these two teams have played today, I doubt that to be the case. Manhattan has played everyone close throughout the entirety of the season. Manhattan's round differential is only -3, and they are at an even 7-7 record across the board. So I expect this one to be a very highly contested match, especially between these two players. We look at the characters that we're likely to see here. Ness versus Robin. That's a very different style of matchup, one that we don't typically see in the EGF.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. As at this point, I really have to turn to what Ness can do right now, because with the right movement, you can nullify a lot of Robin's projectile game. Robin loves to poke with those light thunders. They love to set up with a lot of kills with those arc fires, and we're not going to see those vanish because, I mean, come on, a good Robin player will wait for their opportunity. However, you can see already a prolific use of the magnet. What I do love about Mr. Purple is the way they use the magnet to approach a lot of the time to mix up their aerial drift. And that has the added bonus of also absorbing when they do.
And against Cross, that is going to be ever present because reading those angles, especially on the side B from Cross, it gets a lot easier when you can mix up your drift. And already, Mr. Purple off to a massive lead here. Cross can't make it back to stage cleanly. The backer sends him off once more, but they'll be able to air dodge back to the platform. But the multi-hit nearly taking the stock. Cross is at 140, and that neutral B buys him a little bit more time. But he's running out of the spells here. He'll have to use the book as a projectile. It does find its marker, but he'll be pushed to the corner once again. Levin's sword is out for some coverage, but the get-up attack buys him a little bit more time. No neutral B, or up B available for the moment. All spells really offline, but now they're starting to come back on here, and Cross is finding his footing now on this very first stock.
You can see going all the way up right now. On the way in, though. How do you find it? Ooh! Absorbing. That healed that much? Oh my gosh, it's like 3 hero heals. You've got to be so careful about what you feed this kid.
Ooh, that's the classic Robin setup, but there, another great setup from Mr. Purple. The drag down to the forward air into the back throw. It's an easy kill. And the rapid jab, not going to take the stock quite yet. The ledge trapping of Robin so dangerous, but Mr. Purple fully aware of it and spacing so well around it.
And, oh, calling out that magnet, calling out that stall in the air right there. Cross was there. Cross was ready for it. And now Mr. Purple looking to get this as quick as they can. With fire pressuring the field, you get the Nosferatu as well. Nice thing, the only one who can heal.
Good nair. I'll have to throw the sword for only a moment. The management of these spells ever important, and you're seeing this heal starting to put in some work, and it's good use of it too, because we don't see many Robins make great use of it, but it gets him back to relatively even in terms of percents, buying him some time to get more of those books back online here. Side B not going to land, but it will for Cross, as the percents, again, relatively even here. But the edge guard game for Cross is so clean. The nair following him all the way down, and he's got the lead here. He's put Mr. Purple on his last stock.
And this is brutal right now. Look at this. You might be able to get some points on the board right here, as Cross could be the upset factor that you need to give yourself the spirit boost to get into this. Is now it's on the platform. Levin for Dawn. No hard follow-up right there. Ooh. Now playing around this platform, charging up these projectiles. You can see a lot of use of this, not just as an absorbing tool, but a mix-up on your movement. A mix-up that Cross has called out before, but if you're right, you get an absorb, you get so much. It's forced Cross to play almost entirely around this sword.
Sword gone now. No neutral B, and that will get absorbed, and so now a lot of that extra credit has been mitigated. Almost about 11% there. gone away, but quickly made back up by that up air, and now the rapid jab. That'll send him up high. 71 now. The follow-through on the up air is enough to do it. The juggle game of Cross takes game number 1.
That was so close. After Mr. Purple got that massive momentum swing, I thought that might have been it. Overdone and dusted with. But no, Mr. Purple was eventually defeated by their own love for being in the air, for being above. Because when you're all the way up there, I mean, it feels safe. Especially as you know Robin can't get their huge arc fire combos. Because when they try to, you end up absorbing a lot of it. But just because you take that one tool away, that does not take everything out of Cross's toolbox.
I will say, though, it felt like Cross had to work extra hard just to keep the little advantages that he had. Like you said, that side magnet became so powerful, so potent. It forced him to utilize that sword so frequently. But Cross made very good use of it. The fact that he was able to stall for as long as he could without, with only one spell on deck at times was vital in that game in particular. So, game number 2 here, running it back to PS2. We'll see if Mr. Purple can adapt, can find a few more openings, or if Cross can take this set.
Pulling out that aggressive opening right there with a parry into forward air chains. Now you can see Mr. Purple starting to feel themselves a little more. And Robin does not care. Cross does not care. You have to drop the shield. The shield pressure was too great. Dropping all the way down to that reversal right there. Oh, he actually flew right through the PK fire. And that's just going to get Mr. Purple right then and there.
What a huge turnaround, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but that was a massive play from Cross, realizing, hey, if I eat this up B, I'll eat some percent for it, but he loses his stock. That's Ness's only way to really recover in that scenario. What a huge turnaround, and now a pretty big lead built up for Cross here. Mr. Purple is forced to find a way to respond as they'll trade some fire here to get some percent on the board. 90 to 99, but the strong hitbox gonna knock Cross off stage, fall through the forward air. It's just enough, and we're back to tied stocks.
Now, following them all the way up off the arc fire, getting that kill. Cross is undeterred right now.
Going up high like the owl I sounded like to get that stock, and what a play from Cross. He's been so clean at edgeguard, or not edgeguarding, but really just finishing these stocks. Mr. Purple has not really been able to survive to these high percents that we've seen him play around before, but now at almost 60, I like the idea to go for the rocket, but it's not enough. No punish either. Jabs come through, side B won't land, and Cross, this stock is vital to Manhattan. He's up to almost 80, but if he can get another 2-stock victory and shut down Mr. Purple, it will keep Manhattan alive in this set and buy them a bit more time. But he's up to 100, and Mr. Purple is looking to mitigate that here around this ledge. The side B doesn't connect. The back air gets Mr. Purple off stage, but this sword is almost offline. He'll pick it up, trying to use it as a projectile, but he won't be able to get much mileage off of it.
And now, take a look at this, charging up this Thunder. You know, that could be a huge pressure tool right there. It's gotten a lot of shield pokes before when it touches Mr. Purple's shield, but no, it's the arc fire. And you can tell, because of how they've conditioned Mr. Purple, they're more comfortable throwing out these projectiles, but Mr. Purple doesn't need absorbs to win this matchup. No, just a raw back air.
Last stocks here in game number 2. If Mr. Purple takes this stock, we go to a game number 3. If not, Cross will have the first set on the board for the side of Manhattan, a much needed one at that. Any points for them are massive. Back air, no sword, but he'll pick it up. He'll just throw it away. Make sure that sword starts to charge back up again. Lots of regrabs here, just trying to mess with Mr. Purple, seeing where am I going to go. But now he's trapped along the ledge. The down smash won't land. The up air will. Maybe the back air here. Yes, it is. And that is the set going in Cross's favor.
Cross putting a lot of points on the board. Not quite 19, but hey, now Cross gives Manhattan a chance. Just a chance to maybe turn this around against Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac still has so many heavy hitters in their back pocket. And, I mean, Manhattan, they've got some good ones as well. But if Cross It kept it that close. You're going to need a much more than just a miracle. You're going to need a godsend play right here.
6-11 the score line, so only a 5-point difference headed into the fourth set. And we've talked about this in the past, but this is the challenge now for Manhattan. The heavy hitter has played his set. He has kept you afloat in this series. Now it is up to the depth of this Manhattan roster to make a play. And there are still so many heavy hitters for the side of Quinnipiac that they are going to have to deal with. We'll have to see who Manhattan sends in and who Quinnipiac can counterpick with. There are still a lot of players that we're waiting to see. Players like Crimson, we saw, had a lot of success just yesterday. Sam, the Captain Falcon, has been a staple name to this Manhattan roster. Who do they send in another vital set here? And then we'll see who Quinnipiac opts to send in. Well, both of these teams, you can tell by the camera, taking their time, making this critical decision. Remember, stakes are on the line here. Winner of this is guaranteed a spot in the national bracket, and both teams are competing in that EGFC format. And these are the two teams that really there is a lot of emphasis on. Manhattan, kind of the dark horse entering this EGFC, this MAAC tournament as the 4 seed. We were wondering if they could stand up to the test, and we're about to see if they can.
Sam coming out now. Sam had a clutch 3 stock that put so many points on the board for Manhattan the other day. You don't need a 3 stock. You just need to keep yourself in this series. Get yourself to that 5th game where you might have a chance to turn things around in the clutch moment. However, going up against Baco, the MVP from previous EGF seasons. Baco, the one who Knight is gunning for when they hoping to meet them in the finals. This is maybe one of the most consistent players on the roster for Quinnipiac. You have not just a wall, you've got a great wall in your way.
We talked about it yesterday. Baco is Mr. Clutch for Quinnipiac. Whenever Quinnipiac was in those tight scenarios, whatever they needed, be it a 3 stock, a 2 stock, a set win, whatever they needed, Baco delivered every single time. The only time he didn't was in the MAAC championship last season, and he still kept his team afloat in that very last series. Now, he's trying to put this series against Manhattan on ice. Sam, he has got a tough test in front of him. But Sam, this is arguably his best season in the EGFC. His Captain Falcon has been money for the Jaspers. He's been a crucial part of their success. And so Captain Falcon versus Shulk looks to be the matchup that we're going in with in this matchup. What are you looking for here in terms of the neutral game? How is that going to play? Will Baco be able to implement his typical strategy of those forward airs, or will Sam be able to break through?
Disjoints have always been a struggle for Captain Falcon. However, if you're able to mix up when you go in, that can be a big kicker. You've got to utilize your speed. That is the main thing you have against Shulk most of the time. What you've got to realize is this is a boss rush with phases, and there is a phase of this boss rush where suddenly Shulk becomes a rushdown character, and waiting across stage for your opportunity to beat them down is not always going to be a factor. The speed art is online. Now though, you can pick and choose where you fight.
Sam, the Captain Falcon here, trying to keep Manhattan's hopes alive. Percent's relatively even here on the first stock in game number 1. Just the raw knee lands. And the swing. Oh, he nearly got the punish on that down air. That's something to watch for as this series goes on. Baco loves to use that jump art in order to recover. Just makes it so much more threatening. But now a possible reversal here. Smash art, not going to get the grab though. But that smash art ever present in the back of Sam's mind. 94% to his name at the moment. Wants the up smash. It scoops, it kills, and it's Sam to strike first.
Sam, this could be huge right now. But Baco, now they're coming in. Now they're looking to see, okay, I'm catching on to your movement a little bit more. Smash out at ledge is where they like it the most. Though that going to do it? Not quite yet. Captain Falcon is a heavy, young lad, but the up smash will certainly do it. Even game right now.
love the usage of that up B. It covers so much space, and on a character that's so jumpy like Falcon, it's such a good kind of anti-air as sorts, and you can use that second slash to get all that knockback. And speaking of knockback, look at all the damage that Buster Art did. He's already up to 81, and now no jump, early up B forced, but he's still eating so much percent. Baco has not been touched until that very dash attack.
Now that landing there, look at that. Oh, they're going for the kill already. And a 106 at ledge with Smash Art. It's certainly possible with the grab right now. Switching to the shield right after that. Knight might be a little more consistent with that, but Baco gets it every time they need it the most.
Baco not afraid to burn that shield art whenever he feels he is about to be comboed. That down smash nearly taking the stock, but Sam surviving. But he's got to get through the smash art, and it's just too many options. The up tilt scoops enough, and that is going to put Sam on his last stock here. He's got 2 full stocks to try and take away. Wants this up air. Tried to read the landing with a forward smash. We've seen a couple of those come out here between the forward smash, the up smash, but now speed art online, and Baco trying to get some extra credit onto this last stock. He's at 104. He's got to play careful here. Falcon does have a lot of raw kill power, but it takes a little bit of setup, and Baco knows that. He's starting to whittle away at this last stock of Sam.
Now, going off stage, an opportunity for Sam right here. You've seen over commands like this be punished, but again, using that get out of jail free card. It's unavailable for the time being, but you might not get another chance to smash up by the ledge. But the up there off ledge is his first opportunity. Oh, getting the reverse hit of that Falcon kick will actually kill.
Kind of a strange hitbox there from the reverse Falcon kick, and now Smash Art going to be burned away here, but Sam will make it back, but the down smash going to force Sam off stage again. So many kill moves in Shulk's kit, but not enough to take the stock quite yet. Shield Art burned as well, but the forward smash will do it, and Baco takes game 1.
Baco one step closer to making this the unwinnable game Manhattan desperately does not want to see, as right now Sam, it all falls to them, everything on the line, and you can see Quinnipiac, they're invested in this. They know how close it's getting. They understand that you can't you just want to win handedly. You don't want to give them respect, make it close, give them a Hollywood ending. No, you just want to stamp it out, get your ticket to the grand finals, but it's easier said than done against someone with this caliber of Sam.
A 12-6 scoreline, and I believe the math is right. If Baco wins this game, it will put it in just about unreachable circumstances overall here. So it comes down to this really for Manhattan. Sam, the pressure is on, and you can see it in his face right now. He knows that this is it for Manhattan. They have to find a way to get the job done here against Baco. The next 2 games decide Manhattan's fate. That is a lot of pressure on this stage. We'll have to see if he lives up to it. Baco, again, Mr. Clutch here. An interesting stage choice, to say the least.
Yeah, Falcon usually doesn't like these smaller stages. However, maybe you're hoping to get, maybe punish them for being under that center platform so much often, like you know where Falcon's going to be. That's the one thing I can think of, because on paper, this does not look good for them, as they're able to get that rush down in off stage. Right now, if they're able to get this lead trapping right here, this could be huge. Also, good to get personal choice. Sam wants to be up close and personal, where the spacing is a little more sloppy and the scramble comes out just like eggs every day of the week.
Ooh, up B, and knock Falcon away for just a moment, but Sam gonna have to try and make it back to stage. He gets around the edge guard. That was a big down air. And now, possibly a reversal. No, he'll be able to make it back. The jump. Oh, and he got the down smash, too. What a catch from Baco. And Sam drops the first stock of game 2.
Cool. Now, this could be bad. This Buster Art is online. One mistake, but I like how they turn it off immediately. They're like, I'm not getting this, and it could be bad news if I let it stay on. Drifting all the way down, no fastball, as the second command grab, the second hug, will finish them off there.
Dead even now after that stock, but look at the pressure from Baco. early up B force. It's the downer, but only one hit of it, and because of that, Sam is able to get away. Raptor boost now into the up air, but there's the early shield bird, and he gets the grab off of it too. Run off forward air, no jump, that's the stock, and just like that, Manhattan is on their tournament life.
One stock remaining. One stock before Quinnipiac can get there. And Manhattan, they're sour. They're refusing to give it up. But all you need is one mistake, and you know Baco can get a massive opening. They're known for these clutch plays when they're needed the most. Can they get another one here, though? Can they send their team in? Or will Sam be able to clutch this out over them? As that up smash, it's called out. The Buster starts stacking on the percent, catching, landing with a grab.
So much percentage, 74 on Sam to the 93 of Baco. Can he keep it close? The backslash hadn't used that recovery all game. It ends up getting even more percent onto Sam here. Up smash won't connect. The back air to get him off stage. Run off forward air. Doesn't get the back air, but he will get the up B. The second slash connects. 107, but the Falcon kick going to get a stock on the board, but Smash Art's online. This is a grab. Should be a forward throw. How does Sam recover here? Nope, won't be able to get that down air once again, but the Nair connects.
Showing up, Soy. There's so much pressure, and the down smash spinning around in celebration as you defeat Sam, defeat Manhattan College, and that's going to be Quinnipiac versus Siena in the grand finals of the MAAC Championships.
What a set, and who else other than Baco to send Quinnipiac to the grand finals? And Quinnipiac, they're doing the math. Look at the celebration on their faces. They have wanted this since last season, really, when they were in grand finals, and they are still dancing. They'll be playing against Siena tomorrow. But what a set this was overall. What an effort from Manhattan. They forced every game. So many clutch plays from Quinnipiac, but Manhattan just time and time again had responses, and Quinnipiac adapted perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, Quinnipiac climbed to a different level to deal with what Manhattan gave them. And sure, Quinnipiac, they had so many, different, varied, amazing players in their back pocket. But look at, Manhattan able to get that win over Iona, win out the battle for New York right there. Oof. That is one of the big stories of this entire event. I think that was one of the most hyped sets. If you haven't seen Manhattan versus Iona, how Manhattan got here, you've got to go back and watch that. But ultimately, their run ends here, and Quinnipiac moving on.
That was the semifinal there. That match we were talking about, that Iona versus Manhattan, that was the quarterfinal, and that was the very first overtime. But that is it for us here at EG, or for the SSBU scene. We will be getting ready for the grand finals of Rocket League after this, but be sure to tune in tomorrow for that SSBU Grand Final, a rematch of the Season 2 MAAC Conference Championship between Quinnipiac and Siena. But we'll be passing off to Septilence and Tugboat for the Rocket League Grand Finals. We'll see you there.